Do you recommend students to email professors when applying for master's or PhD programs? Does this whole emailing thing apply to both levels, or would you say it works better for one of them, like for PhD or for master's?
Well, I mean, if I get an applicant that should be working for me, then it's always good if I get an email from them. However, I get students that, I don't know, they say that, like, I work in composite materials and recycling. So a student, has done a master's degree in a completely different field and says they want to work in my area. Well, by working in a different field as a master's, you've proven that you're not interested in my area. So then I just, I can't really believe the student. So there are many things. I could list many things that students do in their applications that I don't like, because maybe they think I don't know how the system works or something. But for instance,
hopefully it's not like that.
Well, one example is it actually doesn't really matter where you've done your master's degree. It's the undergraduate degree from Iran that counts. The undergraduate degree is the one that's hard to get into. So if you've done a master's degree, even if it's from Sharif, but your bachelor's degree is from some lesser university, I don't want to name any names, but then it's not good if you send in your application, you say, I'm from Sharif University, because I'm going to look at the CV and realize, well, you're trying to hide the fact that your bachelor's degree is not from Sharif. So then right away I can, so there's many things like that where people try to embellish or hide their resume, and most professors can see through it. So it's better to be honest, and it's better also when I said, you haven't done a master's in my area. Well, it's also better to apply to professors that work in a field that you are passionate about, because that's what the professor wants. He wants a student that really wants to work in his area. So it's not good to what I call blanket apply to hundreds and hundreds of professors, like as if it's a lottery, because it doesn't work that way. I can tell when a student is enthusiastic about my area. I can tell when he's done projects in my area, when he's really has a passion for a certain specialization. So it'll show in the resume for sure.
So a question that came up to my mind when you were talking about a different master's degree or a different master's program, was the fact that, sometimes passion comes up with time. What do you say about the people that have studied different programs from let's say yours, but aren't really interested and enthusiastic about applying or having further education in your area of research and interest? How can they increase their chances to be accepted?
It depends. If you're from the bachelor's degree, you don't really have a specialization yet. So then it's really based on grades and which school you're from, because you have a good general education if you're from Amir Kabir or Tehran. So, then if you're applying for a master's degree, then the specialization doesn't really matter. Maybe you've done some side projects or some things that will help your resume. But when you're applying for a PhD, then you've made a decision to do a master's in a certain field. So many professors will look at your master's and, wow, he already has experience in what I want, and then so I want this student. So I think the decision of which field you're going to study for in your master's is very important, and for certain professors, especially me, it becomes hard to change, or it becomes hard for me to trust somebody who's done something and now says he's interested in something else.
I totally understand. Yeah,
it's like your teenage children. They change their mind all the time, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
I
totally remember the time that I wanted to study fashion design or law, for example, and then I totally changed it to computer science. So like this hits home, honestly, for me. That's why I asked that question.
I also feel sorry for the students in this way, because if you're 21 years old, maybe you're not supposed to know exactly what you want to do with your life, and the system kind of forces you to make, certain decisions. So I didn't know I wanted to be a professor until I was 28 years old. So I just decided at that point. So we're asking you to make decisions on your master's degree at age 21, 22, when maybe it's difficult you haven't been exposed to enough of life and science and everything to really make that decision. So I understand how it's a difficult situation.